Gasoline prices are still hovering near $4 a gallon, but Ford Motor says that's not holding back consumers from buying new fuel-efficient cars. Ford CEO Alan Mulally is counting on big sales from the new 2013 Fusion. He unveiled the hybrid version today in New York's Times Square. When I talked with Mulally later in a Manhattan Ford dealership, I asked him how important the new Fusion is for Ford's growth plans.
Well, this is a really important part of the Ford plan, and remember that 6 years ago we committed to the consumer that we're going to have a full family of best-in-class vehicles. And so this is the last vehicle that they were bringing into the market that has best-in-class quality, fuel efficiency, and safety and smart design.
Mr. Mulally, some people are calling the Fusion a Camry killer. Can Ford outsell Toyota?
I really think that when the people see this vehicle and they see the features, especially the safety features and the quality features and the smart features like Sync, that they are going to really, really appreciate and value this new Fusion.
As you know, Ford's market share in the U.S. slipped a bit this year. What are you going to do to boost share, and what role does the Fusion play in all of that?
Well, the Fusion and all our vehicles are going to be very supportive of us increasing market share. To your point about this year, we've also discontinued a number of brands. Also, we've been ramping up our production, and we can't make quite as many vehicles as people really do want right now. But I think clearly with the new vehicles coming online, we're going to be in very good shape as far as share.
What's your take on consumers? They're paying about $4 for gas. They're really worried about their jobs. Are they in the mood to buy cars?
Well, I think that the vehicles are so important in everybody's lives, and we have this tremendous pent-up demand. They really do need vehicles. They can economically replace their older vehicles. So even though that we have concerns, it is an expansion. The economy is expanding, and people need new fuel efficiency, high quality, reliable vehicles right now. And thank goodness we invested during the toughest of times so they have those choices with Ford.
What about in Europe? You're expecting losses of something like $1 billion this year. What are your plans to get back in the black?
Well, Europe is a concern for all of us worldwide, because most of the countries now are in a recession, to your point. I'm very encouraged that the leaders are working on both fiscal and monetary policy to deal with the sovereign debt. We've always had a great presence in Europe. We're the #2 brand throughout Europe and Russia. We've also announced 15 new vehicles that we're introducing to the European customers, and we've been profitable 6 out of the last 8 years. So we'll continue to do the One Ford plan of introducing the new vehicles, but also restructuring ourselves, bringing the production down to the real demand, and operating profitably.
Under what circumstances would you consider closing any operations that Ford has in Europe?
Well, a lot has to do with the recovery and how fast it comes back, because you also want to be there to support a higher industry with a higher economic development. So we're making all of those judgment calls now, and we'll continue, just like in the United States, to size ourselves to the real demand and take the actions to operate profitably.
You know, one big question for Ford investors these days is succession, and who's going to get behind the wheel of Ford when you're no longer here. What can you tell us about your plans?
Well, what I can tell you is that I have no plans to retire, and from the day that I arrived, we have been working on succession plan, not just succession plan, but leadership development, and you can see the quality, of the Ford team worldwide. So I'm very pleased with our leadership development. I'm very pleased with the succession plan. We continue to review it, with the board, and I'm on the board, and that's very important to me too. So we have nothing new to announce now, and I'm very pleased to continue to serve at Ford.
All right. Well, best of luck to you, Mr. Mulally.
Okay, very good.
Thank you so much for
Thanks
talking
a lot.
to us today.
Consider this beautiful vehicle. You'll look very good in this vehicle. Okay.